بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد وعن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لا يذهب الليل والنهار حتى يعبد اللات والعزى فقلت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن كنت لأظن حين أنزل الله هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون أن ذلك تاما قال إنه سيكون من ذلك ما شاء الله ثم يبعث الله ريحا طيبة فتوفي كل من كان في قلبه مثقال حبة من خردل من إيمان فيبقى من لا خير فيه فيرجعون إلى دين آبائهم رواه مسلم. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha narrated, she said that I have heard Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying that night and day will not go by until Lat and Uzza will be worshipped. So Aisha radiallahu ta'ala said, I said to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I used to think when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayat, Allah said, Huwa alladhi arsala rasulahu bil huda wa dinil haq, meaning that Allah is the one who had sent his Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam with hidayat, with guidance, and with deenul haq, with haq deen and haq religion. Why? Because this deen of Islam, this haq deen, it is going to overpower over every other religion in its totality. Whether mushrikeen, they dislikes it. But this is going to happen, that deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to dominate onto every other deen and every other religion. Whether mushrikeen, they don't like it, but this is going to happen. So Aisha radiallahu ta'ala said that anna dhalika tamman, I felt that the whole earth will become full of Islam and full of deen. And now in this hadith sharif, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that night and day will not go by until people will start worshipping Lat and Uzza. So she's trying to say that it is contradicting. On one side Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that deen of Allah is going to dominate, and you are saying that Qiyamat will come onto the people who will be worshipping Lat and Uzza. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave reply that innahu sayakunu min dhalika ma sha Allah. That is going to happen. That it will happen once that there will be only deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mashiyat, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mashiyat will come into force, then this will happen definitely, that deen of Allah will dominate the whole earth. That is going to happen. But then what happened? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, after that, ثُمَّ يَبْعَثُ اللَّهُ رِيحًا طَيِّبَةً, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send very pure, very past breeze. That breeze will come down, that air and wind, which will be very pure. It will come down, and as a result of that pure breeze, فَتُوفِّيَ كُلُّ مَنْ كَانَ فِي قَلْبِهِ مِثْقَالُ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ مِّنْ إِيمَانٍ. That breeze will result, or it will cause, that every individual who's got even equal to one atom of Iman, equal to one grain of Iman, anybody who has equal to one grain of Iman, then that breeze will take the soul of that person away. Every person of Iman who will be onto the face of the earth at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to send a beautiful breeze, and that breeze will come down and it will take the soul of every believer away, every mu'min. So much so that person will have equal to 1 grain Iman. His soul also will be taken away by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then what happened? فَيَبْقَى مَنْ لَا خَيْرَ فِيهِ. Then only those humans will remain who will have no khair. Who will have no khair. فَيَرْجِعُونَ إِلَى دِينِ آبَائِهِ. Now, those remaining people who's got no khair, now they will turn to their forefathers' religion, and that period they will start worshipping Lat and Uzza. That is what Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Hadith Sharif ends here, narrated by Muslim Sharif. So first sentence, Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala said that I have heard Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying that this night and day, as long as they are there, and indicating, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is indicating that before this day and night will end, this scenario will take place, this situation will take place, that people will start worshipping Lat and Uzza. So when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, immediately Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala asked that, Ya Rasulullah, on one side Quran is saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent you with hidayat, guidance, revelation, Quran and Sunnah. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to show that, deen of Allah will manifest. Deen of Allah will dominate. Deen of Allah will overpower all other deens, all other religions onto the whole earth. Whether mushrikeen, they like it or not. But this will happen. So on one side, I understand that this deen only will dominate the whole face of the earth. And now you are saying that Qiyamat will not come until people will start worshipping Lat and Uzza. So are they not contradicting one another? Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained that, that is going to happen. The deen of Allah will dominate. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in one of the hadith sharif, La baytu madarin wala wabarin illa adkhalahu Allah ta'ala al-Islam bi'izzi azizin aw bidhulli dhalili. So we shouldn't lose hope. We have to expect, and we will have to wait for this time. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, such time will come that every brick house and every unbrick house, both types of houses, they will face this situation, that every household, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to enter Islam either by force or either by willingness, either by choice or either by force. That is going to happen. That is going to happen. That has been said by Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam also, and that has been said by Quran also. And that time is going to come. That time is going to come. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had prophesied such a beautiful time after Mahdi radiyallahu ta'ala. Things will start picking up. Things will start picking up. And when we started this dars, especially dars of Aqidatul Tahawiyah, we said dars of Mishkat Sharif in Fajr dars, Ismail will remember, we had said that let us start by positivity. And what was the positivity? That according to some riwayat, some Jamaat from the Western world will go and they will join the Jamaat of Mahdi radiyallahu ta'ala. So we shouldn't lose hope. We must have high hopes. We must have high ambitions. We must have high desires. We must wish for something very great. And one of the greatest dua we can make, that, oh Allah, you have sent us into the Western world, make us or our progeny such that they join the Jamaat of Mahdi radiyallahu ta'ala. So from the time of Mahdi radiyallahu ta'ala, things will start picking up. And when the time of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam will come, it will be the end of Dajjaliyat. Dajjaliyat will be given respite. Now they are getting their momentum. Dajjaliyat is getting their momentum. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such that all these nusus remain in front of our vision all the times. Then we can see time from Adam alayhi salatu wasalam to the end of time in front of us. In front of us. and we see that there are turbulences, there are ups and downs, there are good days and bad days, there are dominating time, and there you will be dominated. You will be dominated or you will be dominated. One of the two. But we will never lose hopes, because every period will be replaced by some other period, and we will have focus onto that period if we have narrative of Quran and Sunnah in front of us. And when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned time of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam and time after Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had mentioned one thing I liked it very much. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said there will be no baghwa. Our hearts will become clean. It will become clean. There will be no animosity. There will be no hatred. There will be no looking down onto somebody. There will be no grudge. There will be no jealousy. There will be no pride. There will be no malice. All these things, will be gone. Because of the suhbat of Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. He is Imamul Ruhaniyat. He is Imamul Ruhaniyat. Dajjal is Imamul Zulma. Dajjal, he is the Imam of darkness. And to tackle Imam of darkness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send Imamul Ruhaniyat. So when that Ruhaniyat period will come, onto the land of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, crops will grow. One pomegranate is being mentioned by Ahadith Sharifa that it will be so much. Milk of different animals are mentioned, that one animal's milk will suffice so many people. We have gone through all those riwayat. We don't remember exact numbers, but that will be the time of barakat. So that barakatful time is still going to come. Why should we lose hope? Why should we lose hope? And we must hope high. Why? Because if we are into the times of turbulence, then our price is also very high. Our rewards are very high. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in one of the hadith sharif that, they will get the reward of 50 people. So one of the sahabi asked, 50 of them? So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, no, 50 of you. They will be getting reward of 50 sahaba. So, bigger the difficulty, bigger the inam. Jitni tumhari qurbaniyan, utni khuda ki meherbaniyan. Our Sheikh Shah Hakim Muhammad Akhtar Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi used to say that bigger the sacrifices you will make, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show bigger the mercy. Bigger the mercy. And these chapters we are going through, that Qiyamah will not take place except onto the shirar people, onto the evil people. Our Hazrat Allama Khalid Mahmud Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi, he used to recite one Urdu poetry. Pehle intiqale awliya hoga, Qiyamah qaim hogi shirarun nas par. Qiyamah will take place onto the bad people. First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take all of his awliya. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take all his awliya. That's why, when this pandemic period, when we used to hear, many pious people passing away, then sometimes you fear. And we must have imani fear. Oh Allah, give us imani fear. Into the time of Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, sometime, big change used to come. So he used to suspect that whether it is the time of Dajjal's coming out. At one occasion, Umar radiyallahu ta'ala became worried, and he sent some of his colleagues that, go and look for the locusts, that birds, tiddi, locusts. Go and look for them. If we find them, then it is not the time of Dajjal. And if we don't find them, then Umar was worried. So some people, they brought some of those birds. That is when he was satisfied. Unfortunately, our zamirs are dead. Our inner beings are dead. We hear all these types of warnings, all these types of signs, but sometimes nothing penetrates our hearts. Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, he was in such a time that it was khairul quruni qarni. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, he was, best time, it is my time of my sahaba. So he was into the best of the time. But yet he had fears that, is it time of Dajjal's coming out? And we are into the time of Dajjal, yet our inner beings are so dead that we are never worried. We are never worried. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us drowned into Quran and Sunnah. Many times, if we are drowned into meaningless things, into useless things, then we will have useless fears and we will have useless ambitions. And if we are drowned into meaningful things, into useful things, then we will have useful fears and useful ambitions. Oh Allah, we are sitting in your house. Oh Allah, we have no complaint against you. It is very testing time. It is pandemic time. Oh Allah, this pandemic doesn't want to go. It is there onto the earth from 1 year. Oh Allah, remove this pandemic. And oh Allah, remove all the confusions from our hearts and give us crystal clear vision, which can be colored by you under the light of Quran and Sunnah. Oh Allah, give us that vision. Our Hazrat Allama Khalid Mahmud Sahib Rahmatullah used to say that, understanding for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, faqahat of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is not man-made. It is not man-earned. It is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why no one can add some mixture into the faqahat fi deen. So, oh Allah, we are the beggar. Anything from our life, any imtihan or any good deed or any movement which were accepted in your court, in return of that accepted movement, oh Allah, give us faqahat of your deen. Oh Allah, give us the wealth and treasure for the faqahat of your deen, not only to us, our progeny till the day of Qiyamah. And oh Allah, accept them for that noble cause. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you know what I was saying? That Aisha radiallahu ta'ala narrated this riwayat, and she said that, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu, on one side, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this, that this deen is going to dominate the whole earth. And it is being said, that hadith sharif we discussed, Nabi Sallallahu said every baked brick house and every unbaked brick house, both types of house, they will face this situation that Islam will enter into it, either by force or either by willingness. Nabi Sallallahu said. So on one side it is being said, and on the other side you are saying that this day and night is not going to go by until people start worshipping Lat and Uzza. Lat was the idol of Banu Saqif, and Uzza was the idol of Banu Ghitfan. Two different idols. They were famous into that Arabian Peninsula. Two very famous idols. Nabi Sallallahu said that before day and night go by, this is going to happen, that Lat and Uzza will be started being worshipped. So I was saying that, in this pandemic, many pious people left this world. So sometimes, you suspect that, is that the time that it has been said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to send very pure breeze. It is going to return with the soul of every believer. Ya Allah, is this, are we in that time? Are we in that time? Because so many pious people left. So many pious people left. And Allah is Allah. Allah Ta'ala is Allah. Nabi Sallallahu, Ida fazi'ahu amrun sallah. Whenever something terrible, lightning or thunder or some fearful things used to happen, Nabi Sallallahu used to rush towards Musalla, immediately towards Salah. And according to some understanding of his actions, his noble actions, that Nabi Sallallahu used to say that, Allah is Allah. Allah had said that this is planning, but if Allah decides otherwise, Allah can do that. No one can question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why, we who follow a school of thought from the Deobandi school of thought, that one very, very important belief in Imkan Kizb. When Aqidatul Tahawiyah, something related to it will come, inshallah we'll go into it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Allah. Allah can decide whatever He wants to decide. La yus'alu amma yaf'al wa hum yus'alun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be questioned. Why did you do that? Wahum yus'alun. A creation will be questioned that why did you do that? But no one can question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yaf'alu ma yasha. He can do whatever he feels like doing. So that's why Nabi Sallallahu used to become worried and he used to rush towards Musalla. So from the time of Nabi Sallallahu was Sahaba, Khairul Qurun, every time anything abnormal, fearful, worrying situation used to take place, then they used to rush towards the ruju ilallah. But unfortunately, we are going through this pandemic and our days are the same, our nights are the same, our enjoyment are the same, our entertainment has no change, our life has no change. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us have qualities of Rasulullah and Sahaba Ridwanullahi ta'ala ajma'in in every faced situation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us like that. So Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, when she questioned, last time we went through one of the questions in Kitab-ul-Fitan that ayatil khairu bishar, that khair will it bring shar with it. So Sahaba used to ask, Oh Allah, give us the ilm of every question which was asked by Sahaba to your Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And how Nabi sallallahu responded? Nabi sallallahu did, hey, you keep quiet. Nabi sallallahu never said that. Nabi sallallahu never said that. So many, sometimes so many difficult questions they were asked. Nabi sallallahu either he will respond or sometimes Nabi sallallahu will say that I will turn to Supreme Government and then I'll come back to you. So that's why, Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayh, in Bukhari Sharif, he has brought one title of the chapter, that to say, I don't know, it is also from the ilm. The title of the chapter, I don't know, it is also from the ilm. And unfortunately, young, immature, so-called representative of deen like me, they are not ready to say, I don't know. That's why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in one of the hadith sharif that young people they will have platforms and they will issue fatwas without knowledge. They will be themselves deviated and they will misguide other people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not make us from them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not make our progeny from them. So to say I don't know, that is also from the ilm. So here Aisha radiallahu ta'ala asked, and then Nabi sallallahu gave satisfying answer. That is going to happen. That whole earth will become full of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. But then situation will come that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send that beautiful breeze. It is going to take the soul of every person who will have equal to atom, equal to one dharra, equal to one grain of iman. That breeze will take the soul away. And then only those people will remain. They will have no khair at all. So then they will turn to kufr. They will turn to shirk and they will start worshipping idols. They will start worshipping Lat and Uzza. So that's how satisfying answer Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave it to them, gave it to Aisha radiyallahu anha. After that, there is a very long hadith sharif and that will end the chapter. Maybe that long hadith sharif inshallah we'll do next week. Saturday, Sunday, half Saturday, half Sunday. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us mizaj of Quran and Sunnah. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Inshallah tomorrow Aqidatul Tahawiyya, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us live and die onto every